Well, the university is still in a formative stage. The appointment, for example, of the Vice-Chancellor, who was selected by selection committee, is still as a Vice-Chancellor designate. That could become a permanent Vice-Chancellor or fully recognized Vice-Chancellor only when there is a visitor. The visitor was meant to have been the Dr. Abdul Kalam as the President of India then, but thereafter it meant to become routinely the President of India. Now, Dr. Kalam decided that since he's no longer President, it would be only appropriate that it should go to the present President. And the present President now has agreed, only 2 days ago, to be, well, he was asked 2 days ago, and she had immediately said she would be willing to be visitor. So now the long-term governing body has to be permanently appointed, or permanently or longer run way appointed, and they have to work out the program of fundraising, how much of it would be dependent on Indian funds, how much will come from outside, how much of it will be seed money, how much of it will be recurrent grant, how much of it will be endowment. All these questions have to be addressed. At the moment, it's a question of getting the whole thing started. We have been lucky to get 500 acres of land from the Bihar government, which are being made suitable for the purpose of having a university structure there. That's quite close to the old site. And it will have the feature of setting up the new buildings, appointing new teachers to get the matter rolling. Now, you can't do one thing only in sequence. At first we find out funding, then we appoint teachers. At the moment, Government of India is carrying the burden of meeting the recurrent expenditure. So we could get started, and then meanwhile also address the long-run issue. There had to be some kind of intelligent merging of the short-run challenges with the long-run challenges to be met. Well, I'm always involved in many different projects, including teaching, which is my main commitment, and research in economics, in philosophy, sometimes in history. Well, I've been very committed to doing something to revive Nalanda from my childhood. I thought it would be a brilliant idea. And when the Chief Minister of Bihar asked me to chair this committee, I was very impressed to see how his vision and mine were very similar in this respect. So it's been a thrilling work also. Like everything in India, anything that you do, there are a lot of people who would say you're doing absolutely the wrong thing. And we have had our quota of those. But one has to be very childish to protest about that, because after all, that is democratic criticism, even when the criticism is wrong, which I believe it mostly is in this case. It's good that they're aired, because we ought to discuss these issues. So, as an engaging enterprise, one with a deep ambition, but also one which gives one an opportunity to meet the challenges of a deep option, the Nalanda Project has been quite a major part of my commitment at this stage of my life.